when you say to me, oh, but Diane, it's going to have a red carpet entrance. Big deal. I could do that in my apartment and buy a red carpet. That means nothing. It's the tone of the people coming to participate in this experience that is going to make it either exclusive and enviable or not. Hi, everybody. Diane Gilman here, formerly known as the Queen of Jeans on QVC HSN, but now the proud host of my two podcasts, Too Young to Be Old and Fashion Thursdays with Diane. Well, ladies and gentlemen, luxury shopping has hit a new all-time low, and we are in officially crisis management territory. What do I mean? Let's get into it. I don't know about you, but to me, there are four major department store luxury brands. I love Neiman Marcus. There is Saks Fifth Avenue. There is Bloomingdale's, and there is Nordstrom's. I personally never saw Nordstrom's as luxury shopping, but I think I was like at a C minus Nordstrom's when I did shows for HSN out of Tampa. Guess what? You can't get a customer into a store anymore. Foot traffic is dropping at a rate of plummeting, I would say, 8-9% a quarter. People just don't want to go out and shop. Now, it doesn't mean they don't love the name and feel some form of comfort level buying from it, but they do not necessarily want to drive there and roam a whole store. So, crisis management, what is the solution? If I gave you 10 years to figure it out, you still wouldn't. It's impossible. I could not wrap my brain around it. Saks Fifth Avenue announced it wants to turn a huge chunk of its Fifth Avenue landmark property into a casino. Okay, I hear this and I'm thinking to myself, you people are out of your minds. What are you talking about? You are a luxury brand retailer. And then the more I see the statistics, and the more I think about it, I think to myself, you know what? Maybe they're right. So here's the setup. You are on Fifth Avenue, and perhaps the one massive problem you would have turning Saks Fifth Avenue into a casino is you are across the street from the family traveler experience, Rockefeller Center, and you are next door to St. Patrick's Cathedral, perhaps one of the three most famous churches in the world and a huge tourist attraction. Does that seem right to you to have a casino right next door to a landmark tourist heavy church? Well, according to Saks, it all makes sense. And you know what? The more I thought about it, the more I thought Saks Fifth Avenue may really have something here. Saks Fifth Avenue has 600,000 square feet of selling space. Their shoe department on 8 is so huge, so vast. Oh, it's really wonderful. That shoe department has its own zip code. Yeah, not a joke. They would take out of 600,000 square feet, 200,000 square feet, top 3 floors, and then a roof deck. I'm not quite sure how that works, and make it into a quote unquote luxury casino. Now, when I think luxury casinos, especially on the East Coast, I think of the sad fate of Atlantic City and what happened there. What is the anatomy of an absolute bottom rung failure? Well, Saks says, here, take a look at our renderings, and they are beautiful. They are really modern and sleek and gorgeous crystal chandeliers, big red carpet, separate entrance from the store. I am assuming on Madison Avenue side. So in preparation for this podcast today, and because I've had that terrible flu, so I'm stuck at home. Big part of the day yesterday, I watched Las Vegas Jail and ER. Oh my God. Terrifying. Terrifying. Every form of bad behavior. How are you going to avoid that? Now, Jay-Z is backing and fronting the concept for casino in Times Square, building a huge office high rise is partially a hotel, tearing down and rebuilding the theater for the Lion King, which would be in permanent residence. And you can already see where that's going. It makes sense. I mean, Times Square is like Las Vegas. It's got a lot of energy, but it's very tourist oriented. And if you've got Jay-Z backing this, you're going to have a younger, hipper crowd. There are 3 licenses up for grabs. So a little history on Saks Fifth Avenue. Saks Fifth Avenue is the grand dam of luxury retail. It actually started below 34th Street in 1867. It just went through a series of owners, and 1924, with the backing of the Gimbel family. Remember Macy's, Gimbel's big competition, and Horace Saks of Saks Fifth Avenue. It landed on Fifth Avenue in its current location. So 101 years of luxury shopping. I mean, seriously, bravo. My POV is fashion will either give birth to this idea of luxury gambling, or it will kill it. And what does that mean? Dress code, people. Dress code. Now, when you think or you see any kind of visuals on Las Vegas, the one thing I always think is, God, can't people take better care of themselves? Don't they care about how they look? But the actual truth is, no, they don't. So what are you going to do with Saks Fifth Avenue on Fifth Avenue, across from Rockefeller Center, next door to St. Patrick's Cathedral, that's going to make it more elevated, more exclusive than Las Vegas is right now? The only thing Las Vegas has been able to do is now have hotels that have no casino in them. So that's kind of opposite of what we're talking about. And also, if you ask me, does it interest me? I have to say, in the beginning, I thought the idea was completely insane. But you know what now? When I think about what I have gotten out of the Vegas experience, I do not gamble. I have no morality about it at all. I don't judge anybody. I just think, why do you want to throw your money away? You're not going to win. But okay, do what you want to do. I had to travel there all the time because they were really the center of embellished denim with outrageous shopping. Not necessarily within the casinos, but freestanding shops. And then they became a foodie haven with all these star chefs opening up fabulous, not necessarily heart healthy, but fabulous restaurants within each hotel casino complex. So if you said to me, hey, Diane, Saks Fifth Avenue Casino, luxury casino, just opened, and they've got the original Nobu in there. Let's have some fun. Let's go have a cocktail. Let's look all around, and let's go have a real luxury dinner. You know what? I would go. And I would say bravo to the idea. It seems to me that it has been forever since we, as citizens and denizens of Manhattan, have done anything new. And it feels like it could be new. Here's the good news about Saks. You don't have to build it from the ground up. You just take the existing top 3 floors and turn them into this environment. Now, that would be Wynn Associates. So for what JC wants to do, it is Caesars Entertainment, which is definitely a little more the common man and a lower rung. Wynn has done a beautiful job with some of its hotels in Vegas. But let's talk about reality. In the 5 boroughs, you're not allowed to have croupiers. You're not allowed to have any living, breathing purveyors of gambling. So what? You're just going to sit at some tacky slot machine all evening? Don't like that. So whoever wins this contract for this luxury casino, and we'll talk about the rivals, you're not going to really be able to deliver that level of luxury a la Monaco unless you've got a setup where you have actual staff at the roulette wheel or the poker table. Dress code. The only way this is going to work is if you keep it feeling exclusive and elevated and something to attain to. Well, I don't know how they do that. When you say to me, oh, but Diane, it's going to have a red carpet entrance. Big deal. I could do that in my apartment and buy a red carpet. That means nothing. It's the tone of the people coming to participate in this experience that is going to make it either exclusive and enviable or not. Hi, it's Diane Gilman. Guess what? If you are in the same bucket I'm in, which is women over 50, and you're thinking to yourself, how do I find out the best products to use? Maybe you've heard me talk about Purity Woods, and maybe you've asked me, I don't know, Diane, why do you love it? I'll tell you. Your skin is your passport to your visual to the world. If your skin is glowy, if your skin is healthy, you just generally look younger and are treated as a more vibrant personality. Why do I like Purity Woods? 100% organic. There is so much pollution in the air, so much pollution even if I go to wash my face with tap water. So many chemicals. I truly appreciate products that not only feel pure, but the scent of Purity Woods is just unbelievably refreshing. So, you know what? Give it a try. Get a discount using the code in the caption. Purity Woods. I love these products, and 2 of my very favorites from Purity Woods are the makeup remover, the exfoliator, which is just sort of like magic. So also, ladies, remember one more thing. As we age past 50, we do not turn over our skin cells as quickly as we did in our 20s, 30s, or 40s. You need not only a great makeup remover, but you need a great exfoliator to urge new skin cells to come to the fore. Purity Woods, they got it all. How they enforce a dress code and what that dress code is, honestly, I do not know. Now, speaking of the shape you're in, Max is in terrible shape. That's why I'm talking about crisis management. They just put out a letter to all their vendors yesterday that they are not going to get paid until end of July. And then even whatever merchandise they shipped in over 2024, all of that will be paid in 12 installments. How can you do that when honestly fashion brands exist on a rotation of 60 days from manufacture to payment of factory? It seems to me that on one hand, trying to take 1/3 of your space, that's dead space that is obviously not earning you enough money as a luxury retailer, and turning it into a casino. I am not sure what the percentage is. I'm not sure what the split is between casino profits and the store renting itself out. But I do think it's an act of desperation. And I also think it is a solution. I think it's novel enough. I think it's new enough. And I think it's going to garner a ton of curiosity and publicity. But also, Saks is in so much trouble that there's a class action lawsuit brewing from customers who said they came in, they bought something, maybe they bought 3 items. 2 of them worked, 1 of them didn't. They brought it back and they were told they were not getting their money back. So it has the look of Saks saying, we're not giving you your money back. We can't afford to. So what is Saks doing? Buying Neiman Marcus with junk bonds and then trying to get this huge investiture of money to turn it into a casino? I think it's doing a smart thing. I think it's honestly in fashion ICU. They're desperate, they want to survive, and this is a new idea, but they're not the only people that have this idea. So the most now expensive neighborhood in Manhattan, Hudson Yards, where the average, get ready for this, apartment is between $7 and $8 million. Hudson Yards says, don't give the gambling permission to Saks, Fifth Avenue. They're next to a church. Here's what we'll do. We will develop a whole new part of Hudson Yards by the river. We'll build a conference center, a convention center, more high-rise apartments, and a grade school and a high school and a casino. Okay, and then I turn around and think, number one, you've got a shopping mall within Hudson Yards that is wildly unsuccessful. It's actually kind of creepy to go there because you may be going down long corridors where all the stores are shut up, shut off, and it's kind of dark, and it's kind of like, I don't think I want to be there. But there's lots of money there. So here's my question for all of us. Which is the lesser of two evils? Building a gigantic casino next to a grade school and a high school? Are you kidding me? Or developing a casino next door to a church that adults go to, sometimes with children, sometimes without. There are so many arguments for it both ways, but whatever way you want to vote for it, at least it's new. You used to be able to say, oh, gambling is so evil. Look how people get addicted to gambling. Casinos are bad. Well, you can gamble online now and get an addiction to gambling. And it's actually, I think, far more dangerous than going into public. But along with that, and I'm just being transparent, drug dealing, drug addiction, prostitution, crime, theft, violence. Yeah. What are you going to do with that? Because it was very interesting to me. About 20 years ago, I was invited to the opening week of the Bellagio, which was really the first new super high-end luxury casino. And it was mind-boggling. I have never seen so many prostitutes in one space at one time. Beautiful, yeah, outrageous looking women. But prostitution is what it is. And it's not a good thing to be around it or near it or exposed to it. Drug addiction, you know what? You're never going to stop people from partying. But there seems to be an aura of permission and permissive behavior around casinos that says, I'll have another line of Coke. Yeah, I'll have another couple of martinis. Yeah, I'll lose a little money tonight. And that brings me to my next questions. How do you match up for Saks Fifth Avenue, the hours of the casino against the hours of the store. In other words, if I decide I want to go have Sunday brunch at Saks Fifth Avenue Casino, is it open? Can you do that on Sundays? Do you have to wait till church services are over with at St. Patrick's Cathedral? And can you actually enter the store from one of the casino levels? So let's say, and somebody did this with me once. I said, no. I was in Macau in China. And I said, I went with a group of people. One of the gentlemen said, come on, Diane, gamble. I said, I never gamble. He said, I'll gamble for you. So he sat me down at a slot machine, but he did the pulling. And the guy won like $800 and gave it to me. My first thought was, ooh, Mama wants a new pair of shoes. So how do you marry your instinct to win or lose? And chances are, if you're going to win $100 at a slot machine, you're going to go spend $800 on the pair of shoes that are floor below. How do you marry those two elements together? How do you bring the store together with the gambling experience and go for the headset of, oh, I just won $100. Let's go spend $1,000. Now, the other big concern, supposedly, for Saks Fifth Avenue becoming a casino, in part, is, oh, it's going to hurt all the stores on Fifth Avenue. No, there are virtually no stores left on Fifth Avenue. Nobody walks down Fifth Avenue. Most of them have closed. I think there's just Zara and Uniqlo left. I think it would actually bring in a huge resurgence of boutiques and shopping on Fifth. So for that, I would be very grateful. You know, you can't turn around and say, I'm going to save myself as a luxury retailer brand like Saks by going back into shopping malls, because shopping malls and the foot traffic there is dropping like a stone. So I'm fascinated to see what you guys think. And the other thing I believe too is that Saks Fifth Avenue itself will become its own luxury brand. And within the casino experience, all three levels, you'll be able, if you are out of towner, to outfit yourself with Saks Fifth Avenue mugs and t-shirts and all the stuff people that come to the city love to do. The other thing Saks is going to do that I think part of the casino, but fascinating, is they're going to take the rooftop and make that into a developed, I believe, restaurant and observation center where if you come there during the holiday season, you will have like a front row seat to see the Christmas tree within Rockefeller Center. I don't know. You know what? You can call me crazy. And I'm not saying that this is going to save Saks Fifth Avenue or Neiman Marcus, but it sounds appealing to me. I'm a little bored with New York. This would be something like, ooh, you know, I was never one of those people that wanted to go outside and walk the strip of Las Vegas. But I love the shopping, and some of the food, some of the meals I ate there were really like lifetime memorable. So I want to know, what do you guys think? And I will predict that if Saks Fifth Avenue wins this license, and there's 3 licenses, so already Times Square has one, then it will either go to Saks Fifth Avenue or Hudson Yards. That'll be number 2. That'll be under the Wynn Association, the Steve Wynn Corporation. And then the third will be either Long Island or one of the other boroughs. And it'll be more like Mohegan Sun. It'll be a big complex, 60, 80 acres. I would like to see Saks Fifth Avenue survive. I would like to see luxury retail shopping survive. This may be the way they have to do it. It may turn out to be the best thing since sliced bread. And I absolutely guarantee you, if it becomes a workable partnership between the casino and the retailer, and you will see it repeated with Neiman Marcus. Why not? Saks owns it. It'll know the formula by then. You will see it repeated again and again. And the real trick is how you define yourself as a luxury gambling joint as compared to Times Square. Also, how you marry yourself back into the retailer. I would hate to see that gorgeous square block store on Fifth Avenue between 49th and 50th Street just go dark. But they were in so much trouble this holiday season, they couldn't even do their light show, which is, come on, guys, it's right across the street from the Rockefeller Christmas tree. What? You can't have light displays? Nope, couldn't do it, couldn't afford it. So, on one hand, as I see their foot traffic drop almost 8% per quarter, you know you better do something. You better do it fast. On the other hand, is this what you want to do? I'm betting yes, and I'm going to be angling for an invitation for the opening. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be different. And I'm just hoping it doesn't turn into Atlantic City. And pardon me, Atlantic City, but I hope it doesn't get trashy too fast. Because honestly, when given the space and the equipment like drugs, like alcohol, people tend to hit rock bottom a lot faster. So give me your thoughts on Saks Fifth Avenue and Neiman Marcus. Let me know what you think about it all. You know, it's just part of the revolution and the evolution and the crisis management of luxury retail shopping.
Thank you so much for listening to Too Young to Be Old podcast. The episode may be over, but the fun doesn't have to stop here. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at The Diane Gilman, or visit our website, thedianegilman.com. If you like the show, leave us a rating or a review and subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. And until then, don't forget, age is just a number. Together, we'll prove that we are all too young to be old.